So it's me, H. Lewis, here for H. Lewis Presents, and I'm live here in the Cubby Hole, which is just down the hall from the Skybox here in Jersey City, New Jersey. I'm doing a Thanksgiving prep to give you guys some tips and tricks and maybe some ideas, and maybe you can share something with me. I want to give some shout outs to people who are watching now. Let me see who's here. And I can't see. Can you?
Not yet.
And every time I hit view all comments, I don't see that. But anyway, you'll be able to hit view all comments. You'll be able to see the comments and make comments, and I'll be able to ask your questions that way. I just want to give a shout out to people who are watching, Anne-Marie and Dave. And I know that Lady and Joelle are watching, and some other friends. Hopefully Carlos too. And don't make Thanksgiving a big deal. Meaning that don't go crazy trying to have the perfect Thanksgiving. I remember when my in-laws, when I went to meet them for the first time, I think I had, of course, turkey. I had lasagna. I had every appetizer you could think of, maybe 6 of them. I had pork. I had pernil. I had all kinds of things. And so what had happened was, it was too much food. So the first thing you have to also realize is, I'm going to look at the Wirecast, Henry, because that I'm not getting. The other thing I learned was that you have to know your audience. First thing I learned is, I was told by my sister-in-law, the beautiful Peggy, was that Dominicans do not eat cranberry sauce. I made a cranberry compote, and I made a lot of it, and it was really tasty and delicious, but they didn't eat it. So I made a lot of food for no reason. I went crazy. Also, mistakes happen. Things go wrong. Things go awry. And so one Thanksgiving was almost ruined for me because, you know, the ends of the turkey wings were a little burnt. I didn't put aluminum foil on them. Reynolds wrap, aluminum foil. I didn't put aluminum foil on them, and so they got a little bit toasty, a little bit crispy. And so that was going to ruin the whole Thanksgiving for me because it wasn't perfect. And guess what? If you have a perfect Thanksgiving, I'm pretty sure that no one's going to have a good time. So if you're stressed out, your guests are going to be stressed out. Let me see if I can see anything now. Can we see? Okay. All right, so I want to tell you guys a little bit about cooking times. The internal temperature of the thermometer should read 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Now you check it in the thigh meat. Do not hit the bone. Ovens vary, but you know, a 10 to 18-pound turkey will cook in 3 and 3.5 hours, and the temperature should read 165 degrees Fahrenheit. 18 to 22-pound turkey, 3.5 to 4 hours. 22 to 29 pounds, 4 to 5 hours. And this is an unstuffed turkey. If you stuff the turkey first, which I don't recommend, but if you stuff it first, it's going to be 45 minutes additional to your cooking time. So make sure you are aware of that. The stuffing that I use, I stuff the turkey afterwards, but in the meantime, I stuff it with orange slices, lemon slices, lime slices, garlic cloves, and onion. You stuff the cavity with all that stuff, and you'll have a great stuffing to hold the bird to make it keep its shape. Once the bird is cooked, you take out that stuffing, discard it. It did its job. It gave flavor to your turkey, and then you stuff it with your stuffing of your choice. So add 45 minutes to the cooking time if it's a stuffed turkey. Let's see what else I want to cover here. Well, me personally, I'm making turkey roulade, which is just a rolled up turkey breast that's butterflied, filled with your stuffing, and then wrapped up and rolled up. It slices beautifully, about 1.5 inches a piece. I did that for large parties, and I'm doing that for my small party. This year it's just me and Henry. We're having Thanksgiving, just the 2 of us, the way he wants it. And I still have to do all the trimming. So the turkey roulade will be there with my homemade stuffing. On my website, hlewispresents.com, I have the recipe for that. Let's see. You see any comments over there?
No comments, H. Lewis.
People always ask me about a great gravy. The best way to make a great gravy, let me put my little note here, is to pour your turkey drippings or stock in a pan. You add salt, pepper, and garlic. The herbs you like. I use rosemary, parsley. You have to use sage. Sage is a great herb to use for Thanksgiving. You add a little butter and olive oil to the pan with a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and you whisk that up with flour, about 2 tablespoons. And you add cream at the end, about half a cup, and then you have the perfect gravy. It's not a big deal. The cooking times already mentioned. I also want to let you guys know that the Just Good News Network will premiere here out of the cubby hole. Our den, it's so small, we call it the cubby hole. And Just Good News Network will start soon. What else do we have here? So a lot of people have been asking about no-cook appetizers. I like to use salted nuts, and I spice them up. And I also add dried fruit like cranberries and raisins, golden raisins I like, and maybe a little bit of orange citrus zest. And you put those out and people eat. Because what happens is we put out a lot of appetizers. That's the problem that we have here. We put out a lot of appetizers, and by the time the turkey comes out, people are full. So leave your appetizers to 1 or 2 things. I like salted nuts, spiced up. You can do a fruit and cheese platter. Make sure you have a lot of fruit. Try to stay away from the breads, even though I like my pita breads and hummus. But try to stay away from that because they're very filling. So people tend to fill up on those and then they don't want to eat turkey. So we don't do that anymore. We just put out 2 things, tops, and everyone's ready for turkey. For people who are on a budget or who need a thriftier Thanksgiving, I like a potluck idea. You spend your time and your money on a turkey. You buy the turkey, make it 20 pounds. It doesn't cost that much, really. And if no one eats dark meat, just buy the turkey breast. If people do eat dark meat, you can buy additional turkey legs. They're really inexpensive that way instead of buying the whole turkey. Do a potluck. You supply the turkey. Someone else can do the stuffing. Someone else can do the potatoes. Someone else can bring some pies. Someone else can bring, some beverages, some drinks. And then you can have a really inexpensive Thanksgiving with your friends. And that's what it's all about, really. It's not about who has the best turkey, who has the best food. It's who's going to give you the most memorable, best experience you can have on Thanksgiving. And that's what Thanksgiving is all about. Ideas for kids who are bored. I remember one time when Jonathan said, "Oh no, not the Wizard of Oz again," because people tended to pop a video for kids and they're really bored seeing the same thing over and over again. So what you can do is do a fashion show, even in your home full of males. They can use sports blazers, they can use dress shirts as dresses, the girls, they can use your ties as belts, as headbands, they can use your Argyle socks for gloves, but don't let them put holes in their toes. You can do that. You can do, what else I like to do? Cupcakes. Have pre-made cupcakes or buy cupcakes and then set out icing, set out toppings, and the kids could actually make their own desserts. So they can dress up their cupcakes. The older kids can supervise, and no one can eat I'm so nervous. No one can eat their dessert until they eat their turkey. So make them dress the cupcakes, put them to the side, and afterwards they will eat. They will eat their cupcakes. So if you're going to do that idea, do not make a cake, do not make pies, do not go all out if they're going to eat cupcakes anyway. My last idea for kids is get an expensive Christmas tree. You know those scraggly $20 ones? Have the kids make their ornaments out of construction paper. That's a really cute idea because what you can do at Christmas is set out the tree that they put the decorations on, set out that tree and put their gifts underneath that tree. And this way it'll make it more memorable. You have 2 memories in one. And do we have a count of people?
We have about 8 people watching, and we have a comment.
What's the comment?
We have a comment from Lisa. Actually, it's a question. What
Okay.
is your favorite Thanksgiving meal?
My favorite Thanksgiving meal will have to be the turkey roulade. I started doing those the last 3 years now. Again, you take a turkey breast, you butterfly it, You open it up, you fill it with your stuffing, roll it up, and it cooks in an hour and a half to 2 hours. That's the best part about it. And it's so beautiful. I also want to tell you guys out there that if you don't have time to look at this live event, you can still ask comments after it's over, and I'll try to get to those as well. Thank you, Lisa, for your question. Anyone else?
We have something coming in right now.
Henry.
We have a question from we have a question from Yolanda.
What's your question?
She's asked, does it take a long time to cook turkey? And if so, how long?
I gave you cooking times already. Let me go back to that. Let me get my notes. Okay, so an unstuffed turkey, 10 to 18 pounds, will take 3 to 3.5 hours. The best way to tell, though, is to get one of those inexpensive cooking thermometers, and it should read 165 degrees Fahrenheit in the thigh. So what you got to do is go to the thigh, do not hit the bone. What I do is I take 2 counts at 2 parts of the thigh. And so an unstuffed turkey, 10 to 18 pounds, should be 3 to 3.5 hours. 18 to 22 pounds, 3.5 to 4 hours. And 22 to 29 pounds, 4 to 5 hours. Now, if it's stuffed, which I don't recommend, if it's stuffed, then add 45 minutes to an hour to those times. Hopefully I answered your question. Thank you, Yolanda. You should also get one of these. This costs about $3, $4 in the store. And some of them have meat temperatures on them. For poultry, for meat, but disregard that. You have to go by the actual temperature. So a turkey, it's fully cooked and edible. And, it causes no risk to eat at 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Or turkey roulade, the butterfly turkey, it's 150 degrees Fahrenheit. So 150 degrees Fahrenheit, an hour and a half, 2 hours, turkey roulade is the way to go in my book. We have any more questions?
Yes, we have a question from Liz NY. Her question is, what is your favorite Thanksgiving dessert?
My favorite Thanksgiving dessert would have to be my peach cobbler. It is easy, it is fast, you don't have to prepare for it. You can make it in minutes. The baking time is like 40 minutes to 45 minutes. And that recipe that I have will also be on my website at hlewispresents.com. HLUIZPRESENTS.com. It's also inside the bottom there. You'll find the website there as well.
H. Lewis, we have another question.
Okay, Henry.
From Tony. This question is, I don't drink a lot. What is your favorite, or what do you recommend is your favorite drink?
For an alcoholic beverage, I like to do some sangrias. I like white sangria and red sangria. There's nothing wrong with getting fruit, getting some juice together. Also blend your juice, get watermelon juice. You can make any kind of juice really, and add your spirits to that and test it out, play with it. For non-alcoholic beverages, I like cranberry juice mixed with ginger ale. It gives it a sparkly feel to it. It's festive, and people who do not drink could also have that as well. I have a few recipes as well at hlewispresents.com. This is starting to sound like a commercial. hlewispresents.com. I have a few cocktails there that you can also check out. Do we have anything else?
We have a question. It looks like a question from Wendy.
Wendy. Okay. Hi, Wendy.
Her question is, I have a small apartment and have a lot of people coming over for Thanksgiving. Do you recommend a lot of hors d'oeuvres?
If you have a lot of people coming to your small apartment like we do, that's why we call it the Skybox, because we have a small apartment, but 15 to 20 people will be here for Thanksgiving, not this year, but when we have events and parties, that is not unusual. If you have a lot of hors d'oeuvres, keep your Thanksgiving meal to just your turkey, your stuffing, or potatoes, not both, and have a great vegetable. If you're going to have hors d'oeuvres, have 3 or 4 hors d'oeuvres per person, maybe 3 different varieties. If you have a lot of people coming over, it's probably better for them to have appetizers and drinks anyway, and you could put turkey meat inside your appetizers. So you can do a crostini with turkey. You can do a grilled turkey slider. You can do a lot of things. Just incorporate, instead of chicken or beef, you put turkey. And then when it comes to your actual meal, use your turkey and 1 starch and 1 vegetable. Do not cook a lot of food, even if it's a lot of people, because what happens is people get filled up with their hors d'oeuvres and then they don't eat your turkey, and then you're stuck with all this food and you're like, I went crazy, I stressed out, and for what? No one even ate it.
H. Lewis, we have a question from If You Seek Sammy. What is...
Oh, hi, Sammy. He's a friend of mine from Facebook. He's really cute. He lives in a block.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Sammy.
Hey. What is one of your signature Thanksgiving dishes? LOL.
Oh, okay. So he asked that question just so I can say hi, Sammy. He told me he was going to do that. I like, again, the turkey roulade. That is my thing. I don't even cook regular turkey anymore. It's just so easy and easy to slice, and it looks so beautiful on a platter. Just slices of turkey that's been rolled up with stuffing, and it's gorgeous. And again, just 2 hours or less for that to cook. Thanks, Sammy.
We have a question from Jenny Chang.
Jenny Chang. Okay, Jenny. Hi, Jenny.
What is a must to eat during Thanksgiving? This is Jenny from Sweden. Nice to meet you today.
Hi, Jenny. Maybe you know my friend Frederick Eklund from $1 Million Listing. He works for the same company I work for at Douglas Elliman. And yeah, I can name drop. That's okay. I think I'm being censored. What was the question?
What is a must to eat during Thanksgiving?
I think you must have either sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie. For, Thanksgiving is an American holiday, and a lot of other countries also starting to celebrate it. They have their own versions, but it's also about giving thanks. So if you have those at Thanksgiving, you have to have pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie. Either make it yourself or buy them or have someone bring it to you. That is a must-have every Thanksgiving. Thank you. Hello? Okay. So, of course, this is a live event. Of course, my parents decided to call me during the event to see how I'm doing during the event. We have any more questions before I wrap this up? Henry?
I think we have another question coming in.
And who's that from? I'm starting to see them here now. Your comments are coming in, and Henry's handling that portion for me because there's a lot going on here, even though it's a simple event. But I'm starting to see comments now, and he's seen them already. So, again, if I don't get to your question, continue asking them even when this is over, and I'll get to those questions as soon as possible as well. In some cases, I'll be able to send you recipes.
We have a question, H. Lewis, from Sammy.
If you see Sammy again?
No, this is a different Sammy.
Okay, good.
And the question is, do you have any favorite dishes or recommendations for vegetarians on Thanksgiving?
Oh, for vegetarians, I like a lasagna, vegetable lasagna for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, is about what you like and the experience you want to give to your family. You don't have to have turkey. Some people do not eat turkey. I know a lot of Latin families have a roast pork. We call it pernil asado. And you don't have to have turkey. So if you're a vegetarian, have what you like to eat. I like for vegetarians, because sometimes we did have vegetarians come over or people with restrictive diets, and we had a lasagna. Now, instead of lasagna noodles, I incorporate eggplant slices in between the layers. So this way you get a full body vegetable dish. Have your sauces with no animal fat products, no oils. I do a bechamel. I do a bechamel as well. Again, but this is dairy, so this is not a vegan meal, but it's definitely vegetarian. Try those. And hi again to Sweden. Like I was mentioning before, it's about the experience you're giving to your family and to your guests. Do not go crazy because if you're stressed out, they will see you and they'll be like, why are we here? Again, it's all about the energy you're giving. If the turkey is overcooked, well, guess what? Add extra gravy to it. Uh, Things are going to happen. You know, glasses are going to break, wine may be spilled, but it's how you handle it. It's the experience. So, do what you can and make sure you have lots of fun because if you have fun, your guests will too.
H. Lewis, we have another question.
Okay.
This is from Maria Ortega.
Oh, hi, Maria. It's one of my cuties from Facebook.
Oh. The question is, what is the best drink for Thanksgiving?
Well, I answered that I think 3 times already, but let me see what's a good one. What do I like?
You like a few things.
Excuse you. Um, Again, I like Prosecco with peach juice. Um,
Vodka and cranberry.
I like vodka and cranberry, but I also like for the holidays to add different things like limoncello with rosemary or watermelon juice with vodka with a little bit of mint. You know, so again, try those out, play around with them, and again, you'll find more recipes at hlewispresents.com for cocktails. Thank you, Maria. So this is the cubby hole, which is our new den, and this is where the Good News Network will do live feeds from. I plan to also have interviews with people who are influential, who people we want to hear from, advocates who are doing great things in their neighborhoods, who want to empower us and have a great community. I'm also going to speak to different types of genres. It doesn't have to be about food. It could be just about good news. Good news, your kids, how they're doing in school, because I can't stand when I turn on the news. All you see is negative stuff, negative stuff, and negative stuff, and negative stuff. And I go to bed with those memories. So if a kid falls down a well, guess what? I'm dreaming about my kid falling down a well. If someone gets into a bad car accident, I'm thinking my family members got into a car accident. So I don't like negative news, especially before I go to bed. So the Good News Network will be out of the cubby hole, but it will be a place where you can hear about good things happening. Again, your children, report cards, how great they are, how well we're doing in school. Shout out to my teachers. Teachers are getting a bad rap, and they're usually from the government. Teachers are great. Keep up the good work. Any more questions for Thanksgiving prep? Okay. I also want to give a shout out to Reynolds Wrap. Reynolds Wrap has been great for H. Lewis Presents Live. They have this new product. They call it bakeware. This one is their oven bags. This will actually fit your turkey. And some people say, well, I have a big turkey. Well, guess what? Reynolds Wrap came out with also turkey size. And what this does is it's a giant bag that you will insert the entire turkey and your vegetables on the bottom, and it locks in the flavor. It keeps your turkey juicy. There's no basting involved. Simple, easy. When you're done, you pop the bag, you take out your turkey, throw away, no mess. Reynolds Wrap, we love you. Thank you.
H. Lewis, we have another comment.
Why are you talking like that?
This is from HH.
HH. Okay.
What decorations do you recommend for the dinner table?
Oh, I like squashes and pumpkins, the mini ones. Set them through little tea light candles, not scented. You don't want it to compete with your food. And if you have to have flowers, get your little champagne glasses or your little shot glasses. Get an inexpensive bouquet of carnations or tulips and pop one in each one. Scatter them through your dining space, not just your table, your counters, your bookshelves. Make sure you're safe. And you scatter those pumpkins and those squashes and those cranberries everywhere. People will love that. It's festive. It's like You can carry that theme from Halloween to Thanksgiving, even to Christmas.
We have another comment.
Okay. Is there a question?
This comment is from If You Seek Sammy.
Hi, Sammy.
Will you do a live event in the kitchen in the future? That would be cool.
That will be cool. We want to do cooking presentations, but I have to get all this equipment into the Skybox, which is really small to begin with, and it's hard to angle it, but we're trying to figure out a way to do that. Thank you, Sammy. Shout out to Sammy. I see here. Oh, this is great. Okay, it's almost 9:30. We're almost at the mark. So if you have any questions, fire them now. Shout out to everyone who joined us here today. And let me go back and make sure I covered everything. I did my no cook appetizers, our turkey live, cooking times. I don't know if you got the great gravy recipe. I poured turkey drippings with chicken stock, either your own or store-bought, and you add salt, pepper, and garlic. Add the herbs you like. You must include sage. Sage is such, you know, that herby flavor you get in box stuffing and people stuffing. That's sage. That's a great, great, great herb. So incorporate sage with your salt, pepper, and garlic. You add a little bit of butter, a little bit of olive oil, about 2 tablespoons of flour. You start whisking. You put in a teaspoon of Dijon mustard for that flavor, and you add about a half a cup to a cup of cream, depending how many guests you have, and you have the perfect gravy, golden all the time. Any other questions there?
We have another comment from HH.
Okay.
The question is, will you do another live event? If so, when?
We'll probably do another live event for Christmas prep. You don't sound so excited about that. We're going to do our Christmas prep, but hopefully it'll be more hands-on. This is my first live event, so it's kind of rough. I know it is. And hopefully I'll practice more. We'll fine-tune it, and we'll have a Christmas prep where I can actually have more to say and have things in front of me to show you and present to you what you should do for Christmas preparations to make your time easier, to give you ideas, to, let you know things are okay. Again, it's about the experience you give your family. It's not about having the perfect Thanksgiving. I try to have the perfect Thanksgiving, the perfect Christmas a couple of times. And the only thing perfect about perfect holidays is you're stressed out. And people will tell you the food was great. The beverages were delicious. The people I met were wonderful. And you couldn't even enjoy it as the host because you were worried about the turkey being basted. You were worried about the pies being too cold. And you were worried about the kids having fun. So you have to have fun. If you have fun, they'll have fun. So I think we're going to wrap it up. Thank you for tuning in. Again, you can continue asking questions in comments, and I'll get to those as much as I can. And I'll talk to you soon. You want to say goodnight, Henry?
Good night, everybody.
That's Henry. And thank you so much for watching. Let me log out.